Italy's top soccer league set for June 13th. Families seeking thousands of dollars from the Barcelona soccer academy closures. And a Division II league in California suspends all sports this fall. All of this on the Coach Cameron podcast. Always fun, bringing you great news of sadness. Because that's what it is. It's absolutely sad. So welcome back to the Coach Cameron podcast. This is episode 505. And once again, I just have nothing but doom and gloom for all of you listeners. Coming from the Associated Press, Italy's top soccer league sets for June 13th. That's their target date. I don't think it's going to happen. The 20 teams in the Serie A agreed Wednesday to resume competition on June 13th in empty stadiums. The date is subject to approval by the Italian government, however. Yeah. Big however, a big but. The government's involved, and they'll do something stupid. The government's, I don't know why everyone, there's a large majority of us people on this planet that want bigger government. They're a bunch of criminals and morons. They have no concept of how to handle anything because they were never trained for that. They never ran a business or anything. Most of them are just a bunch of freaking people, just talking heads. They'll say whatever you want to hear. So they get your vote. It's so pathetic. I can't stand them. They're going to screw it up. They're not going to start June 13th. No way, because they won't have the protocols in place. Now, that's all predicated on the Bundesliga doing well. If the Bundesliga doesn't do well this weekend and they don't create this ambience of it's safe, if they don't create this fairy tale that it's safe, because nothing's safe, people. Nothing is safe. But if they don't paint a picture of safety. If the media doesn't come out and support safety, that everything's fine, they're screwed. So hopefully the Bundesliga does well and they use their German mafia to manipulate the media to say nice things versus the sky is falling. Maybe we have a shot at it. But I don't know. Empty stadiums, who cares? Get them playing. I'll be watching the Bundesliga this weekend. Will you? Early morning for us in Arizona, but who knows? I'm gonna be watching. Next up, we have the Barcelona Academy, coming from the Sydney Morning Herald. Families seek thousands in refunds after Barcelona Soccer Academy closes. Hundreds of families in Sydney and Brisbane have been left upwards of $250,000 out of pocket from the abrupt closure of the Spanish soccer club FC Barcelona's two private youth academies in Australia. Parents have forked out lavish amounts of money to participate in this Barcelona Academy World Cup. So that's canceled, which sucks for, sounds like a sweet event to be a part of, but that's gone. And this company is based out of Canada. So they have I think 3 in total, 2 in Australia, 1 in Canada, and the one in Canada, Edmonton, thousands of dollars. They're looking for refunds. Everyone's looking for refunds, and they're not getting them, as far as we know. They closed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So they shut their doors. I don't think they're coming back, and from what we hear, it's not coming back. Now, one thing about the Barcelona Academy. The one in Arizona I like because at least has the top tier. It's free. So if you're good, you make that top tier team, it's free. If you have lots of money, you want to feel good about yourself and you want to just wear a Barcelona jersey, it costs upwards to $50,000 to $80,000 a year. I have no problem with that because they have a top tier for the top players and it's free regardless of wealth. So that I do like, but they do have a system where they have a bunch of suckers coming in that, either the parents hate their children and they want them at some residency all year, or they want to, post on Instagram, my son is playing over here at Barcelona Academy. Look at him. They're going to go full ride somewhere, whatever. They're just painting a fantasy that doesn't exist. So goods and bad with anything, but they definitely have a top team, and they do develop players, and they do send them off all over the world on professional contracts and whatnot. So, I like it, except things are closing, and it's not good at all. Speaking of closing, we have Division II league in California suspends all sports this fall, and it's probably going to run into the spring, and it's not good at all. The California Collegiate Athletic Association has suspended all fall sports for the upcoming year. The league announced on Tuesday. The NCAA Division II conference currently has 13 members. Those 13 members, so Cal State LA, Cal Poly, UC San Diego, Cal State San Bernardino, Chico State, San Francisco State, Cal State San Marcos, Cal State Monterey Bay, Sonoma State, Cal State Dominguez Hills, Stanislaus State, Cal State East Bay. No soccer. Not this fall. And who knows, will they even come back? I don't know. They're all doing online school. So that's kind of what led to that. If they can't be on campus, I mean, how can you have sports? So they got rid of all of it and for the fall, and we'll see what happens in the spring. Questions we do not know. Kids that are already committed there, are they going to still go? Are their scholarships still honored? What's this going to do to the CCAA? Can these schools that are part of the CCAA pull out of this conference and play somewhere else? What are their options? We don't know. There's just so much uncertainty. But I'm assuming the athletic directors got together and said, we can't do that, followed by the president. So I'm assuming they're done. And the real question is, what's the trickle-down effect? What's the domino effect of this? Who's going to go out next? I know Cal State Fullerton, they're all online too. That's a Division I program? Are they playing? I don't know what's going on. This isn't good, and more is coming. So it's bad. And I mean, there's conferences right now trying to restrict travel, and by restricting travel, you're basically taken away from whatever it could be. It's early May, and they're making these decisions way too early, in my opinion. But it's California. California's nuts. They like to dig themselves a hole, and that state is bankrupt. And if they don't get the next stimulus check, they're done. Anyways, sorry for the sad news on episode 505. I'm out. See you tomorrow.